Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Here we find ourselves in the beautiful season of Easter, and actually the third Sunday of Easter season. So very excited to do this video for you. And in fact, I'm excited to do this video because here we find ourselves again at the reading, which is our group's namesake, Emmaus Small Group's namesake. The Road to Emmaus story is the reading for this week. And so, over the years, we've done some different videos kind of breaking that open. I know our intro video kind of broke that open in a particular way. But today I wanted to kind of show a different side of this and hopefully help us have a robust conversation, as we always hope that you have within your Emmaus small groups. So I want to start off by asking a simple question, which is it true that we always follow the Lord's commands? Even that word command, we struggle with. Sometimes the idea of being commanded to do something, we don't always like that, right? We have the 10 Commandments and we're like, well, okay, whatever, And for the most part, I would say, good Catholics, good Christians of goodwill, we follow the commandments. We see some insight into them, right? I shouldn't kill people. I shouldn't lie to them. I shouldn't steal from them. And so for the most part, I would say, most of us, we're trying to lead good lives. And so we follow those commands and we see sense in them, right? And that word command is kind of loaded, right? I mean, from a military standpoint, when you're given a command, you do it. Why? Because, well, you believe that you trust your commanding officer to give you a command that is for the greater good of others in your, infantry or whatever, or also to win that battle or to win the war. You follow the command because it's quick and easy, it's simple to follow, and it's for the greater good, and you're going to do something positive with it. It's always serving a higher purpose. And this is so true for us, though, too. Of course, the only one who can really command us is our Lord. And like I said, he gives us all sorts of commands all throughout the scriptures, the 10 Commandments and whatnot, and we have an easy time doing them, Most of us follow them. We have the command to go to Mass, do this in remembrance of me. We're commanded to do this in remembrance of him, to honor the Lord's Sabbath day, and we do this on Sunday by going to Mass. Many of us are regular Mass attendees on Sunday. We follow that command. We're like, all right, good, there we go. Like I said, stealing, cheating, we all, for the most part, we try our best to follow those commands. But the reason why I'm bringing this up today, and you're kind of like, where's he going with this? This is the Emmaus story, right? I think in this story, especially in the latter part, the final part of the story, gives us really, truly a command to evangelize, to bring forth this word elsewhere. You guys all know the story, right? You see these two disciples, they're walking away from Jerusalem, which is to say they're walking the wrong way. They're walking away from where everything happens. All of Luke's gospel, everything is directed towards Jerusalem, and here they find themselves walking away from Jerusalem. Ding, 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 beginning the story, they're going the wrong way. Well, as the story progresses, obviously they come to encounter the Lord, they have a great conversation with him, he asks them questions, he opens the scriptures for them, and at the end, he's made known to them in the breaking of the bread. But that's not where the story ends. Beyond that, it says, man, their hearts were burning within them. They turn around, they run, and they go back to Jerusalem. Why? To share this good news that the Lord has risen, that the Lord has, in fact, he's been with them and made known to them in the breaking of the bread. They want to make that aware to others. It's really an extension of love. Other places in the gospel, we hear where Jesus says, no, I need you, I'm commanding you, go forth, proclaim the gospel to all nations. He's actually giving us a command to bring it forth. In Paul's letters, all throughout them, there's this command to go forth, to bring this good news. But do we always follow that? We'll go to Mass, I won't steal from people and stuff like that, but I think as Catholics in particular, we forget about a command to evangelize. We see it as like, oh, that's something for some other people, but that's not for me so much, you know what I mean? Now we're commanded to care for the poor and the sick and the wounded and the hurt, and we're commanded to evangelize. And the reason why is because it's a command to verbally love one another. When we serve another person, when we bring them food, when we bring them drink, all that kind of stuff, we're serving another person. We're loving them through action. But we're meant to love people through words. And when you love people, you tell them about good things. I think we overthink this a lot. We overthink evangelization because all of us do it all the time. If you've ever read a great book, if you've ever gone to see a great movie, if you've ever eaten at a great restaurant and you told another person about it, you evangelized. You're sharing something that you experienced that was awesome, something that was good. We do it all the time. My friends, we're always sharing, what's the latest Netflix series or series on HBO or something we should check out. We're sharing these things. Oh, you need to watch this series. Oh, you need to go watch Ted Lasso or whatever it is. We're telling each other about great shows that the other person should check out. And we do this with movies, books, everything, right? We do it all the time. This is no different. if we've had a great encounter with Christ, if we've experienced something positive, something good, you want to just invite people to experience it also, And this is where Emmaus small groups really come in. I think the reason why we don't follow is because we think it means that you have to go door to door, or that you have to stand on some soapbox in the street corner or something like that. And there's this weird vision of what evangelization is and what it isn't. But it's as simple as inviting somebody to experience the great things that you yourself have experienced. Specifically, hopefully all of you are enjoying the Emmaus small group experience. Many of you, some of you have been in this for 4 or 5 years plus, some of you maybe just started. But either way, I hope you're all enjoying the experience of doing this, the experience of praying together, socializing with one another, watching some sort of content or video, having great discussion around it. Hopefully it's life-giving. It's helping you to live church between the Sundays. And if that's true, it's as simple as just telling somebody about it. And you might be like, well, I don't know, I don't want to go preaching and everything, all be weird. But if somebody just asks you, hey, what have you been up to? How you been lately? You say, oh, good. Actually this last week, I have this small group for church that we meet, and it was really good. It was a really good meeting. And then just tell them about the meeting, People do this all the time. Coworkers, friends, family, how have you been? What's going on? What's new? We ask that question of people all the time. Well, right there, they just gave you an open opportunity to share with them literally what you've been up to, which is maybe an Emmaus small group meeting. Just share with it a little bit about it, and then they might go, oh, they might ask more questions. Maybe they won't, who knows? But through that, you just encourage them and you share with them something that's of value in your life. And through that, you sort of invited them to maybe even check it out. You might even go so far as to tell them about your experience with Emmaus small groups and say, yeah, you should really check it out sometime. And then because of our open chair policy, maybe you talk to your leader and you say, hey, I have this coworker, friend, family member, whatever. I think I'd like to invite them to come to the next meeting. Is that okay with you? Boom, there you go. You got a person that's now joining a group, just checking it out. Maybe they like it, maybe they stay, maybe they're not Christian, maybe whatever. Doesn't matter, right? We invite them anyway. And next thing you know, we don't know what the Lord's going to do with that. The Lord can take that and do phenomenal things. So again, I encourage you guys to think through, do I always follow the Lord's commands, including the command to evangelize? What is evangelize? It's verbally loving somebody, meaning that you are inviting them to something great. You're inviting them to experience something great. And there's nothing greater than our Lord. I hope that you've experienced that through Emmaus small groups. And so, again, it might be as simple as inviting somebody to experience Emmaus small groups.